Wait, is Justin Fields good? That's the question I'm going to answer today on That's Good Sports. I'm your football wordsmith, Brandon Perna, and the Chicago Bears are riding high after an impressive win against the Patriots on Monday Night Football. While almost every other primetime game this season felt like this Mac Jones kick to the dick, the Bears butt-kissed the trend and gave us an entertaining primetime game. Justin Fields looked dynamic. The Pats quarterbacks didn't. Belichick benched Mac Jones after one quarter, and dare I say the Bears are in a better spot with their quarterback than the Patriots. I'll touch on all of that, NFL headlines, and the main story will be about Justin Fields and why there's hope in Chicago for the young QB. That's good sports. Hey, have you tried to subscribe yet? It's a little addicting. Today's episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Now, if you want to test your skills against me this week in fantasy, download the Underdog app or go to underdogfantasy.com and use my code THATSGOOD. There's a link below for this week's contest. It's a private draft I'm hosting. I'll do like 2 or 3. You can play against me. As soon as the league is full, that's when the draft starts. It's just for the week 8 slate of games. You draft your team in my league, and whoever scores the most points wins that week. Now, if you want to use your brain for pick'em games and live in one of the qualifying states, you can win up to 20 times your money. Build a pick'em entry with 2 to 5 players and guess higher or lower in stat totals for the week, or pit 2 players' stats against each other in the Rivals contest. Just use my code THATSGOOD or the link below, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Seriously, Underdog is my favorite place to play fantasy football, so come play against me. NFL headlines. The Jets have fleeced the Jaguars and traded for running back James Robinson. The Jets will send a conditional 6th rounder to the Jags that will become a 5th rounder if Robinson rushes for 600 yards this season, which he's already at 340, so that seems very likely. I love this move for the Jets, and I am excited to see Robinson get a fresh start. He's too talented. This move follows the devastating season-ending injury to rookie phenom running back Breece Hall. Before his rookie year was cut short, the 2nd-round pick was a strong contender for Offensive Rookie of the Year after racking up 681 total yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, Robinson became expendable in Jacksonville following the emergence of second-year back Travis Etienne, who scored his first career touchdown in the Jags' Week 7 loss to the Giants. Also, if I had a running back on my roster named Snoop, I'd want him on the field as well. As an undrafted rookie, though, out of Illinois State, Robinson ran for 1,000 yards before Urban Meyer decided that he didn't want to use any of his good players. The Colts have benched injured quarterback Matt Ryan. This is like adding insult to injury kind of deal because Ryan separated his shoulder, making this the worst QB separation since Tom Brady this season. Frank Reich has benched him, though, for the rest of the year, regardless of his injury status. That's kind of weird. In his place, 2nd-year QB Sam Ehlinger out of Texas will start for the Colts. Ehlinger, who's played just 18 regular season snaps, will become the 100th quarterback to start for the Colts since the surprise retirement of Andrew Luck, which is still fewer than the number of QBs the Broncos have started since Manning retired. Now, Matt Ryan has thrown 9 picks, fumbled 11 times, and has been sacked 24 times this season. Those are all most in the league. But when he's not doing those things, he's actually been solid. 2nd in the NFL with 103 first down passes, 3rd in completions, and 5th in completion percentage. It's not all bad with Ryan right now. But Frank Reich called this a collective decision to bench him, and that led many to believe, including myself, that the collective included mostly Colts owner Jim Irsay. They'll have a chance to trade Matt Ryan before the deadline on Tuesday, but I'm struggling to come up with a team that could use his services at this point, which is a sad thing to say about a former MVP. One team I know he's not going to is Washington. Antonio Brown is taking trolling to a new level. He's now selling a shirt with a photo of him hugging Tom Brady's soon-to-be ex-wife Giselle. He tweeted that proceeds are going to charities supporting fatherless kids. This puts me in a real predicament because probably the guy I dislike the most in the NFL, or formerly of the NFL, is Antonio Brown as a person. The guy I hate the most as a football player is Tom Brady. This is a ruthless troll, which I normally would respect, but it's Antonio Brown, so I can't respect it. But it's against my enemy Tom Brady, so I have to respect it. Safe to say the money's probably not going to charity. Now, Bill Belichick did bench Mac Jones after 1 quarter and 1 pick. Bailey Zappe trotted onto the field after rocking out to Stacy's mom on the sideline like a Drew Lock and Zach Wilson mashup, and immediately led a touchdown drive. Is Zappe that much better than Mac Jones? Well, maybe I'll save that for another video, but the short answer is no. I'd like him to be, but I'm not sure. Zappe was gifted 2 very easy throws set up by a nice play design and the Bears defense forgetting to cover Jacoby Myers. And even that touchdown pass was not a great throw, a bit off target, as you can tell by Myers contorting like Tom Brady's nutrient-deficient face. Zappe's second touchdown drive was more impressive. He made us remember how good Devontae Parker can be with this deep jump ball dime, and Ramondre Stevenson ran in for an easy touchdown. But that was the end of the offense for the Pats on Monday night. To be fair to Mac Jones, though, he makes the same throw all the time, and the thing that got Jones benched was an interception. Zappe finished with 2, although 1 was his fault and a fumble on a handoff exchange. My main takeaway is that the Bears defense is just pretty damn good. And call me crazy, but this photo of Matt Eberflus hugging Bill Belichick after the win kind of feels like Michael Corleone hugging Fredo right before he kills him.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Bring the mafia mentality back to Chicago, Matt. And here we are. Is Justin Fields good? Well, Justin Fields accomplished a rare feat. He went into New England on Monday night and gave Bill Belichick a dose of his own medicine. Cyanide, which, Bill spent the last decade building up a tolerance for, but Fields dealt. And Fields and the Bears beat down the Pats while Barack Obama, Vince Vaughn, and Bill Burr were watching on the Manning cast, and they left New England after a 34-14 assertive win. And a big reason the Bears deployed this beatdown was indeed quarterback Justin Fields. Between Fields, Mac Jones, and Bailey Zappe, Fields was the best quarterback of the night, and a big reason for it was the Bears listened to that accused racist Ryan Fitzpatrick and called the game to match Fields' strengths.
You are a guy that is an elite runner of the football. We need to lean on and utilize that skill. Don't sit in the pocket and try to be a pocket passer. That is not your strength.
What are his strengths? Throwing outside the pocket in space, running the football in the right situations. Fields had a season-high 28% designed runs in this game. The Bears' first 2 drives, which netted 10 points, were a perfect example of the style of offense this team needs to run in order to succeed, while Justin Fields continues to learn and grow in the pro game. It was a great balance of runs between Fields and the Bears running backs, and a sprinkling of passes both from within the pocket and designed rollouts. There were a few Justin Fields plays from Monday night that made me go, oh shit. I can't wait to read the comments calling me an idiot on the Justin Fields bust episode. That's fair, but let's not overreact yet. While he did make some very nice throws and displayed his toughness, once again, he still has a long way to go in the passing game. 13 completions for 179 yards is still leaving quite a bit to be desired. But I want to hit the positives first. You don't need to be a 70% passer to succeed in the NFL if you can pick up some first downs with your legs, and if the completions you do make are important and clutch. One such clutch play happened in the third quarter as Fields somehow escapes this horrendous missed block, rolls out to his left, and drops a back shoulder pass in the bucket for Cole Kmet. Another underrated play was this screen pass Fields completed. Rarely should any QB be praised for a screen pass, although that's how Tom Brady won many Super Bowls, but that's like praising me for a poorly worded dick joke. This effort by Fields to get rid of the ball around a free running defender in his face is 100% football instincts at its finest. Fields gets blasted right after the throw, but Khalil Herbert takes it to the house. This was the play that made me, as a Broncos fan, jealous of the Bears offense. Yes, I just said that. If the Broncos did this, there's no way that it goes for a touchdown. My team sucks so incredibly hard at running simple plays like this on offense, it makes me sick. Physically sick. The Bears did a great job getting blockers out in front of Herbert. How nice is that? If this were Melvin Gordon or insert Marlon Mack this week, there would be no blockers out front, and this would have been a tackle for a 90-yard loss, and Justin Fields would have also been flagged for pass interference somehow. Now, Justin Fields' ability to escape pressure is truly top 5 in the NFL, and I think now that he feels empowered to run, it can make the Bears' offense complementary to their incredibly underrated defense. Holding a Belichick-coached team to 14 points after they just dropped 38 and 29 the 2 previous weeks and then spent all of this week designing a game plan to pummel your weakness means the Bears' D is legit. Late in the second, Justin Fields escapes a guaranteed sack and takes off to convert a 3rd and 14 with his legs. That type of play is special. You don't want to rely on it consistently, but this is what Josh Allen does. This is what Patrick Mahomes does, and it's what Jalen Hurts does. Hurts is probably a better runner than Justin Fields, but I think Justin Fields has more arm talent than Jalen Hurts, which, if nurtured, should pay dividends in the long run. Fields converted a 3rd and 6 with his legs as well in the third quarter. I think 3 third downs he churned out on the ground. That's a pretty big fucking deal. If the Bears get better at finishing drives, they are going to be very good. Cairo Santos blasted 4 field goals in this win, or as Justin Fields calls them, me goals. Fields' magic number, though, is 21, and not because that's when we can all start legally drinking to fix our life problems with alcohol. It's the exact number of passing attempts Fields has had in his 2 best games this season. Monday night and the Week 5 loss to the Vikings. The difference in that game was Minnesota shut down the Bears' run game. Like I said in the Fields bust episode, Chicago has to run the ball a lot for this offense to work right now. And against the Patriots, the Bears exploited their weakness on defense to the tune of 243 rushing yards. Even though it didn't feel like it in the Bears-Commanders game, Chicago ran the ball pretty well. They had over 220 rushing yards against the Commanders, but it didn't appear like many were designed runs for Justin Fields, even though he led the team with 88 rushing yards. That was the difference Monday night. He was encouraged to run, he was set up to run, and in turn, he threw the ball more effectively. Is he good? Not quite yet. He needs to string together a handful of good performances, but it looks like Luke Getsy is starting to call the game to fit Justin Fields' skill set, and that is a step forward for the Chicago Bears offense. And congratulations, Chicago, for taking the sole possession of being the winningest franchise in NFL history with your victory on Monday night, breaking your recent tie with the Packers. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please come back later for my Week 8 Power Rankings episode. It'll either be up tonight or maybe Wednesday morning, not quite sure yet. Subscribe here if you can, and I'm on Twitter, Instagram, @BrandonPerna.